Everyone, it's time for us to go and take a look at the Samsung Galaxy S25 and compare it against the iPhone 17 and see which particular phone is a better one for you. Now, these two phones are some of the most popular, most important phones you can probably buy. These are really, really good phones for the most part. So you can't really make a wrong decision here. Let's go and see what the key differences are. Number one, if you want to pick up either one of these particular phones, links will be down in the description below. You can get them from there, and you can help support the channel at the exact same time. Now, starting off with the outside of both of these phones. The Samsung Galaxy S25 came out a little bit earlier this year, and the front side of this phone is very interesting because you're getting a 6.2-inch dynamic LTPO AMOLED display. And this panel is a very good display. It's 120 Hz, gets 2600 nits of peak brightness, and this type of panel for the most part looks very, very good. The viewing angles are very good, there's very thin bezels around it, and I feel like this type of design holds up very well. So there's not really much to complain about here. I do like how the hole punch is smaller than the iPhone 17's, and it is a wonderful display. I like this panel a lot. The iPhone 17's panel is a little bit different. It's going to be giving you a 6.3-inch LTPO Super Retina XDR OLED display. So this panel is slightly bigger, like 0.1 inches bigger. I don't really think you're going to notice it, but you are going to be getting 3000 nits of peak brightness inside of this phone. So this panel technically goes brighter than the Galaxy S25, which is a nice feature. If you don't push your brightness all the way that high, then I guess it doesn't really matter too much, but that is still a much needed feature on the iPhone 17s. And you're also still able to get a little bit of a bigger display, but that dynamic island is more bezel, which the Galaxy S25 doesn't really have. The rest of the bodies are slightly different as well, but they feel very similar. They're both kind of flat-sided, so that's always one of those important things to keep in mind here. You're getting your action button, volume buttons on the iPhone 17. You are getting a SIM card tray on the bottom of the Galaxy S25. The 17s don't have it. USB Type-C ports on both. On the right side, you're getting a camera button on the iPhone 17, and then the volume buttons and everything like that on the Galaxy S25. On the back side, there's also a slight difference. The Galaxy S25 is going to be giving you this triple camera setup with flash. The iPhone 17 is giving you this dual camera setup. So that right there is also going to be a slight difference, because if you're looking at the phone, again, that might be giving you the better experience. It might be with something like a Galaxy S25 with that triple camera setup, but that iPhone 17 is still going to be giving you really good experience when it comes down to it as well. So at least from the exterior, that kind of covers it up there. Now you are also getting reverse wireless charging on the Galaxy S25, which is a feature I love. The iPhone 17 has a reverse wire charging. When it comes down to price tag, brand new, they're basically the same price. So from the brand new perspective, you're going to be paying basically the same price for both of these. However, because the Galaxy S25 has been out for a little bit longer, you're able to buy these things for like a couple hundred dollars cheaper than what they initially retailed for. So that right there is going to be a really nice thing to have. You're going to be able to take advantage of that on something like the Galaxy S25 over the iPhone 17. The 17 just came out, so it hasn't had the opportunity to basically go down in value yet. So once it does, I'm sure it'll go down more, but the Galaxy S25, as of this point, is still kind of the cheaper option when it kind of comes down to it from that side. So now let's go and do a speed comparison between both these phones. The iPhone 17 has that Apple A19 chipset inside of it with 8 gigs of RAM, where the Galaxy S25 has that Qualcomm Snapdragon 8 Elite chipset inside with 12 gigabytes of RAM. So let's go and see which one is the faster phone between both. Okay, there we go. All the apps are cleared out in the background, so let's get into it. Let's go and load up some basic ones. Now the Play Store typically always does kind of go through and open up faster on Androids. Both of them kind of had these weird pop-ups. They both also have 120 Hz displays, so you can kind of see they're both able to load up very fast. Going back home, I don't have the gestures here. Things like the phone call application, a little bit of a faster experience, I would say, maybe on the Galaxies. The camera application 321. To fully load into it, it looked like the Galaxy S25 kind of had a one there a little bit. I do have some games that we can test out as well. Let's go and get into something like Thank You, which I don't have. Let's do Temple Run 1, which I also don't have. What games do I even have here that are similar? Let's try Pew Pew Live 321. So it looks like the Galaxy S25 kind of got into that one faster, and getting into an actual game is pretty much the same speed on both. So that game loads up pretty fast when it comes down to both of them. Let's go into Temple Run 2, 3, 2, 1. And with this one did have downloading content, but even at that point, the Galaxy S25 still loaded up faster, even though it did have that like downloading config thing that always comes up. So that was kind of interesting getting into the actual game. Let's see if there's any glitches and stuff. And it looks like they both kind of hiccup there. I think we can rewind the camera and see what happened there, but there was definitely some glitches there on both, maybe more so the iPhone 17. Stack 3, 2, 1. And you can see right here, maybe the Galaxy S25 was slightly faster loaded to the ad, but this one did kind of pop up a little faster from that standpoint. Let's get into the actual game. Let's kind of see what's going on here. And both of them look to be pretty good for the most part, so there's not really that big of a difference here. Hopping out of these two, let's go into some other one. Let's get Subway Surfers 3, 2, 1. And with this one, you can kind of see what's going on here too. And the iPhone 17 actually was the faster one there. So that is actually a nice thing. So it's not like one is consistently the faster one every single time. And I would probably tell you the performance is not really going to be that big of a difference here. Like they're both going to be like very good performing devices. There's not going to be like an insane thing here for the most part as far as I can tell. And I think that's kind of one of the more important things to keep in mind here. So from a performance perspective, just from the few games and things that I've tested, I think you're definitely going to be seeing maybe it's going to be 50-50. I don't know if there's going to be one that's consistently faster, but maybe the Galaxy S25 could be the one that might be a better, faster one for some people out there. So from that side, that kind of covers it up there too. Now, in terms of the camera perspective, this is another important thing. So both these phones are going to be giving you this, well, the iPhone 17 is giving you a dual camera setup. The Galaxy S25's triple camera setup. The megapixel counts are kind of all over the place, but the big thing to keep in mind here is that the Galaxy S25 and the iPhone 17 both do 4K at 60 on the front and the back, but the Galaxy S25 does give you 8K capability, which is a really nice feature. I love having 8K, even though I never film in it, and that does kind of future-proof your iPhone quite a bit, and your phone quite a bit. Now you do get 30x zoom in the Galaxy S25, which is awesome, and then you also get, let me flip it back, and you also get your 0.6x zoom. So 0.6x zoom on one side, 30x zoom on the other side. Those are some important numbers to keep in mind. You still get portrait mode, video mode, and under more you get a lot more options right here, which are always really nice. You also get like a designated pro mode, which is actually really cool. Inside of something like the iPhone 17's dual camera setup, essentially you're getting like a good type of camera here too. You're able to go and grab 10x zoom on that side, but you do get 0.5x zoom. So you zoom out just a little bit more, but you don't zoom in as much. Like the Galaxy S25's camera definitely zooms in a lot more. 4K at 60 on the front and the back here, video, cinematic mode. You still get like a really good type of experience with this type of iPhone, but I would probably tell you that the Galaxy S25's camera is probably going to be the better type of camera when it comes down to it from that side. So that is always one other important area to kind of keep in mind. Now on top of that, I think another really important thing to keep in mind here too is basically software longevity. Both these phones have a very high likelihood of lasting for several more years. So for many, many more years to come, both these phones are going to be supported. So there's not really going to be any big problem or big issues as far as I can tell from a software support standpoint. So to kind of sum up this whole entire video, what I definitely will tell you is that in my personal opinion, both of these phones are very good. The Galaxy S25 seems like a better deal. If you can buy this thing for like $200 or $300 cheaper than an iPhone 17, then by all means go for it. It's a very good phone with a very good chipset, good performance SIM card slot at the bottom. Cameras are really, really good. There's a lot to love about a phone like this still, which is something that's awesome. But with an iPhone 17, this phone is now giving you a slightly bigger type of display. It's also giving you a brighter panel, and I feel like the performance of an iPhone 17 is great. The cameras of this thing are good. There's again a lot to love here, but I think the Galaxy S25 still feels more like a flagship because you're getting reverse wireless charging, 8K capability, those types of things. But the iPhone 17 I think is still a very good phone when it comes down to it. So from that standpoint, that kind of covers it up there. If you have any other thoughts or questions, please let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that would mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. More importantly than everything else, I love every